Forgotten Gate. Oh. Nothing's over here. Honestly, surprised there aren't guys down there, too. And they got a bridge. You got the cliffside, like 2 cliff sides. Oh, there's Faye. Okay. Wait, what? Oh, arrow. Nothing. But we got more meteorite. There we go. And let's see, we got more gains something. Horned Warden's Vest. Ah, yeah. From the... Oh, plus mana. Problem solved. I'll just consume them. Oh my god. Here's another vein. Awesome. And I think these respawn too. And if that's true, honestly, you should just remember it and keep coming back every once in a while. Be a solid place to help farm. Just a little bit. Not a terrible amount of farming. But could still farm. Meteorite, that'd be awesome. Because I think I have found more titanium over time than meteorite. Again, meteorite does hide very well. I wonder how to get over up there. We should be able to get up there some way. But, oh. Ow. Kind of head back that way a little bit. Oh, this is that meteorite, titanium vein that we saw yesterday. That were like, how do we get? I was like, how do we get to that one? With the Wither's hideout. Oh god. Run a little farther. I'm on a little farther from it. Oh. Ow. Actually, hold on. We got a small potion. There we go. Really? Step over the rock. Come on now. But again, back to what I was saying about the weird night that we see. We see glimpses of him during Act 1. Then he'll appear if you're out in the weirdness long enough here in Act 2. I don't know what happens with him in Act 3. I mean, I would see that as like anytime you step outside, he appears directly and immediately. In all honesty, I could see that being its evolution. Fight him with a pickaxe. I blame the looting instinct that you gain while gaming all the time for this. But I cannot find it. One thing to note is that is how quickly they let like the body disappear. It's actually not that bad. I don't find it bad that it goes quick. I feel like they did that to save for performance and whatnot. Like on system performance. So it's actually not that bad of an idea. Now it's theft, huh? 9. Do not appreciate it.
I'm terribly sorry for all that hassle. I should have taken more precautions. Yes, thank you. Just a bit shaken. The beasts must have somehow escaped during the night. When I woke up, they were already prowling the territory. I bolted the door and sat inside, hoping they'd leave. But, well, it's a good thing you showed up. Otherwise, I'd have had to choose between starvation and being mauled.
Said they escaped?
Their pen, of course. The beasts were... my test subjects. I was sure they were significantly weakened and wouldn't pose much of a danger. I must have miscalculated. It's a bit of a shame they're all dead. I'll have to start everything from scratch. After the autopsies, of course.
How did he manage to?
I lured them. They may be built differently and are quite tough, but most of them still need to eat, and they are susceptible to certain poisons.
Okay, good point.
That's an interesting question. Perhaps they've been in captivity long enough to forget the concept of freedom. Or maybe they've claimed this place as their territory, and the only thing that changed was their living conditions. Or perhaps they were just dumb beasts waiting for the closest source of food to their house. I suppose we'll never know.
That's a good point.
the weirdness and life itself. I don't know if you've ever dissected a weird beast, but their bodies are quite fascinating. Nothing is in its rightful place, and, for all intents and purposes, they shouldn't even be alive. And yet, there they are, prowling and growling. It's a bit of a miracle, don't you think?
I mean, when he puts it that way.
I'm glad you agree. I know it's difficult to see my perspective when, time and time again, creatures like them try to kill you. I rather admire your open-mindedness.
Oh, sorry. I mean, don't get me wrong, they are quite foul as the weirdness. But again, with anything, you need to know it, even if you just intend to go against it. Maybe you shouldn't be living here on your own?
Nonsense. Where else would I conduct my experiments? I'd rather endanger just myself instead of, say, the entire population of Kunakt.
At least he's got a sense to him. He knows it's dangerous, so he's like, I'll just put myself in harm's way. Hey, not bad.
Oh, did he? Well, if the guild is so impatient for results, they should have sent someone sooner. Now all my beasts are gone, and I'm still missing a crucial ingredient. You see, weird beasts are unique creatures. The spark of life they carry is as twisted as it is relentless. I believe it can be extracted and transferred, creating a being capable of living in the weirdness without succumbing to its corruption. With everything that's been happening on Avalon, I believe this is the only way we can survive. The pigs can already do that. Well, yes, but they hardly escape disfigurement and corruption, do they? Besides, they only skirt the edges of the weirdness. They don't dwell deep within the fog. If I succeed, humans will be able to live in the weirdness freely, no matter how dead it becomes. The heart of a Fae. Well, the Fae, to be precise. I'm not interested in the heart of some half-feral beast from the host. I need something far more powerful. I've heard of a Fae that calls itself Foxglove. It dwells in the roots of an ancient tree, lurking for unsuspecting travelers. Supposedly, it's cunning and quite vicious. If you bring me its heart, you won't just be doing me a favor. You'll be aiding all of Avalon.
Alright. Have you ever met?
Of course not. I'm just a scientist. I doubt I'd have survived such an encounter. I've only heard rumors. They might be exaggerated, of course, but I wasn't going to risk my life just to satisfy my curiosity. They are powerful beings that seem to only half belong to Avalon. They have their own realm, and don't appear to care much about the weirdness. They are a missing piece of the puzzle, I think. I may be wrong, but every theory must be tested, shouldn't it? Splendid! I assure you, if everything goes as planned, the guild will hail us both as heroes.
But first, I do have questions like, how many dead bodies are you living with? I mean, let's see. There's 6 in this room. Alright. 8. Oh, that's 11. 13. 15. Is at least 11 dead bodies. Nope, 16. Stand corrected. 17. I stand corrected once again. Okay, maybe 19. No. 20. My dude, we need to talk about your reflection. You need some help. Call a therapist, you know. Talk about it. It's okay. And we need to bring the face hot. Okay. Maybe now we can talk. Maybe now we can talk about that weird night. More fully. That we have, like, talking out of the way with NPCs. So, learned it's not considered a boss character.
My, what a lovely mortal he sent my way. Such a silly man, that Phaedros. Does he truly think I can't tell one of you from another?
Huh?
But of course, you could even say we're quite close. After all, I granted him his greatest wish. And in return, he promised me a small piece of his sad, mortal life. Only now it seems he's trying to weasel out of the deal. It's a bit insulting, don't you think? Mortals. I should have known better than to trust him. He swore to leave Avalon for 3 years, 3 months, and 3 days to serve me in my domain. Exactly! I can't understand why he's making such a fuss. Time here flies by so quickly. Unlike in the court, where a year can feel like a century. Oh, maybe he's not as foolish as I thought.
That's a good point.
Knowledge, of course. A lofty dream of saving Avalon by filling it with monstrous beings. On the one hand, it sounds delightful. On the other, it's a bit of a waste. You see, in my realm, mortals can live as long as we wish them to. A few adjustments here and there, and they can serve us definitely. Yet you mortals always believe that death is your escape. Even though we tell you time and again that a deal once made cannot be unmade. Phaedros thought it could work on Avalon too. He was only half right, which is why his results turned out rather beastly. Well, you take a creature that shouldn't be alive, yet is, and you combine it with the human spark that has such a relentless drive for survival. The results are quite curious. Part beast, part human. Overall nothing that should ever grace this realm. Or any other, really. But he kept trying, that fool, and kept returning here, ranting that I tricked him and trying to break the deal. I gave him the knowledge he craved. Nothing more, nothing less. How he used it? That's not my responsibility, is it? They were misery given form, driven by instinct and rudimentary intelligence. So, who knows? Maybe they were just regular mortals after all.
Wow. Lady.
Oh, my poor sweet thing. That's just how mortals are. They use, they lie, and they'll do anything to save their own skin. Now, don't fret. I don't blame you for falling for Phaedrus' little ruse. In fact, how about we make a deal? How about I give you a little something, and you take it straight to his hidey hole? Then he can bear the consequences for trying to fool us both. What do you say? Well, for starters, you get to leave here with all your limbs just as they are. But I can sweeten the deal. What do you mortals crave? Gold, isn't it? Well, actually, I don't have any of that. How about a lovely trinket? I'll even enchant it to protect that thin, fragile skin of yours. Ugh, honestly, I can almost see your blood pulsing through. Ugh, it's disgusting.
Hmm. Again, we can't back out to save, so hopefully we have a save before this.
Oh, wonderful. Here, take my eye. Bring it straight to Phaedrus. And don't worry, I'll know when you're near. He'll be dealt with swiftly, and your reward will be waiting. Now, run along, little mortal.
Oh, really? The bear? Ow. It wasn't very nice of you. That was an insta-kill? Ouch. That was an instant kill. Dang. So that would be the autosave we would need. If we don't like where this goes. Of course.
You killed him! How could you? He was mine to punish, mine to torment. We had a deal.
I'm sorry, but Phaedrus misled you. He belonged to the guild, which means his life and his services weren't his to give away.
What? That can't be true. I never saw any of his supposed masters with him.
That's because he escaped our supervision and has been hiding from us ever since. Any deals he made in that time are void, and the punishment for disobedience is death.
I see. You mortals are crueler than I thought. You? Did you know about this? Of course not. Just once I'd like to meet a mortal who's not completely useless.
Really? We should not be asking for the reward.
Reward? What reward? Phaedrus is dead. The deal is off.
Hmm. That's, I mean, we have a save.
You. Fine, fine! Take your reward. I hope it serves you well. I'm done dealing with mortals. With any luck, you'll all be dead in a century or so.
So, you're the one Phaedros dragged into his madness. Apologies for the mess. I'm in the middle of cleaning up. I'm Alma, the alchemist. Pleased to meet you. I won't deny I'd have preferred to meet under much more favorable circumstances. I feel a bit like I've been caught at the scene of a crime, which, in a sense, I have. Although, in my defense, if we're speaking of crimes, this one is twofold. Phaedros's reckless experiments had to be stopped. The guild warned him repeatedly that he was crossing the line. Unfortunately, yes. The rules of our guild are clear. Crossing the established boundaries results in consequences, and those consequences grow more severe with greater transgressions. It's not like he wasn't warned. He knew exactly what he was doing and the risks involved. Believe me, taking measures like this brings me no joy. But we can't keep constant control over everyone. There are certain acts that simply cannot be forgiven.
True.
Phaedros was a threat, not just to himself and the guild, but to others as well. I'm sorry it had to come to this. First, I need to finish cleaning up here and prepare Phaedros for a proper burial. I'll also secure the rest of his research and materials to ensure they don't fall into the wrong hands. And then I'll have to write a report. Ugh, I hate paperwork. There are so many better ways to spend my time.
Ew.
And then we'll talk about your next assignment. Now, that's better. Shame our meeting had to be under these circumstances. Believe me, not all alchemists act like Phaedros. You seem all right, though. Charles's calm demeanor confirms that. Tell me, what made you join the guild?
I'll go with this one because we're doing warrior style. So brewing potions would help with that. But we could also do this one too. Because Camelot's rotten, that's why we're cutting away from them, and we're trying to help the marble people. Which they really want to be helping, truthfully, by what we've seen so far. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. That's what we're playing with right now. Again, I might just reload and try like saying like no reward to the Fae.
Then you might like the Dalriata approach. They specialize in brewing potions that can enhance one's abilities. Interesting people. You've already met one of them, Tyrannus. But anyway, what do you need? Charles is my Croakmore, though he's far from a typical specimen of his kind. He won't bite your hand off, unless, of course, he senses ill intent. At the moment, he trusts you, which is rather uncommon. I wouldn't call the process taming. It was something different. Let's say it involved a more invasive intervention. I found Charles just after he was born, abandoned by his mother, so I took him in. It was the perfect chance to examine his brain. While working on his exposed skull, I had to disrupt the areas responsible for his sense of belonging and aggression. If this is a question, I would say it's a valid one. To be honest, I don't know the exact answer. I assume it all depends on perspective. If we accept that the brains of living beings are a kind of biological mechanism, then perhaps I managed to redirect the function of that mechanism so that it operates based on different needs and perceives its place in the world differently. Yes, that seems likely.
Okay.
Lately, situations like this have been happening
Kinda
far
interesting.
too often. Some alchemists within our ranks are starting to rebel. Or they're coming up with utterly ridiculous ideas. I really hope this doesn't become a recurring pattern. To answer your question, unfortunately, yes, it was necessary. The rules of our guild set clear boundaries. Crossing them results in a response from us, one that becomes more severe the greater the transgression.
I mean, it's perfectly fair. They're making sure that there are limits to what they do and that they don't go beyond that and just become basically a mad scientist. So,
The
it's good.
hierarchical structure of the regular Camelosian guilds isn't something we strictly adhere to in the Alchemist Guild. Each of us has freedom in our research, as long as we don't violate ethical guidelines. It's hard to say. While we share a guild, not all of us keep in regular contact. Many members aren't as open about their affiliation as I am. They have their own lives and obligations, some of which might be highly conflicting.
I mean, that makes sense. Busy with your own research, you're not going to continuously stay in contact with everybody that you know from the guild, at least not all the time.
All I understand is that it's a form of ancient magic, supposedly discovered by Merlin, who used it to repel the weirdness. A menhir with burning weird fire can repel the weirdness on a far larger scale than a simple bonfire fueled by ethereal cobweb. Unfortunately, that's everything I know. As an alchemist, these are mysteries far beyond my knowledge or expertise. That's my role. Let's just say I'm a sort of guardian of alchemical ethics. But more seriously, I was assigned to this task. Apparently, I'm the best at playing nanny to misfits like us.
Ooh. Ah.
I'm trying to conduct field research, but the last few weeks have been exceptionally frustrating. I lack the necessary specimens, and I'm not exactly equipped to gather them myself. I'm skilled with a lancet, not a sword.
What do you need?
I heard you're trustworthy. But first, a warning. The task I have for you is unpleasant and messy. It involves extracting brain matter, but before you even get to that part, you'll need to risk your life to get close enough. I need brain centers from 3 creatures. Kalivi, a human infected with the Red Death, and a villager touched by the weirdness. I've heard stories about peasants on farmlands near Kunacht. They were unlucky that the Menhir stopped protecting the place where they lived. I'll reward you for each of the 3 brains, as long as they're intact. A bloody pulp is better suited as a snack for Charles.
Why those in particular?
Each one
actually?
ties into my field of study and interests. Nukalevi is the result of the Red Priest's experiments, likely involving the weirdness. As for the afflicted humans, I suspect significant brain alterations occur during contact with the weirdness, as well as in the final stages of the Red Death. The Red Priests have written studies, but I'd like to see for myself.
Okay.